just showered, so I'm not greasy. It's not grease, I swear. I swear. So chances are, if you're a system, you go to therapy. It's the main tool for dealing with daily life for a lot of mentally ill people. But when you're a system, things get a little more difficult because you have different parts reacting in different ways to therapy. So today I'm going to tell you about some of the ways that alters can react to therapy and possibly how to help them overcome them. First off, my name is Will. I'm part of the Squishy system, and if you enjoy this video, consider leaving a like or subscribing. It really does help me a lot because I'm broke as fuck. But I hope you enjoy this video, and let's just get started. So first off, we're going to start with the best outcome is alters who respond and go to therapy. These alters are extremely helpful. We love them so much because they make our lives so much easier. For our system, that's me and a couple others. These are the alters who actually remember the trauma, and they go to therapy and they do the work no matter how hard it is. But, like I said, this is kind of uncommon, just because it's hard for a system who is literally made to cope with trauma and keep it a secret to, talk about said secrets. The next type of alter in therapy is alters who do go to therapy, but for some reason or another, they don't remember the trauma. Now, for us, this happens because we have ANPs, apparently normal parts. These alters exist specifically not to remember trauma and to function in daily life, so it makes sense they wouldn't remember the trauma when it comes to therapy. Most of the time when these alters front for therapy, it's kind of an accident, because there's no way to, do the therapy work, because they just don't remember it. They mean well, but it's really annoying. Now we're gonna get into the less helpful types of alter responses to therapy. There are quite a few of these, so buckle in. This is going to be an umbrella term for all the roles that alters have that are not helpful in therapy, and this is just alters who resist therapy. They may go but not respond correctly to the therapist, or they might just skip it altogether. Let's get into some subcategories. And starting off with one of the worst ones is alters who try to get the system hospitalized. We've had this happen quite a few times. It's a type of persecutor behavior. Now, persecutors are not evil by any means. They just have a lot of hurt internally and they don't know how to convey it externally. So I don't blame these parts, but it sucks so much because a lot of times you will get hospitalized if the alter tells the therapist certain things. Like for us one time, we had an alter 7 years ago maybe, who told our therapist that we wanted to kill our entire family. Which, we did, but that was not something that needed to be said in the first session, so that sucked, and we got hospitalized, because that's fucking crazy. Why the fuck would you say that? But it was annoying as fuck. And this has happened more recently, too. Literally, I think it just happened, not even a year ago. One of the reasons this happens is that the alter may feel like the system is broken or unfixable, and so they lash out and try to get us to go to the hospital to get help, even though the mental hospital sucks major asshole. Bitch, what the fuck? So now we're gonna do, we're gonna chill out a little bit. We're gonna take things a little bit back a bit. Alters who just don't go to therapy. Luckily, we have a system rule that if you don't go to therapy, you don't get to, have a little treat, because we have little treats. We have to reward ourselves for doing simple tasks because otherwise we just don't do them. These alters may not go to therapy due to anxiety, depression, or just not feeling like it, or thinking that they don't need help and that they're totally sane. We have an alter who is very delusional. He doesn't know he's delusional. The rest of us certainly do. He doesn't go to therapy because he thinks he's fine. But he also believes our hallucinations are real, so I wish he would go. East, if you're listening, go to fucking therapy. I am begging you. You are just so fucked up. You gotta go to therapy, my guy. But yeah, just go to therapy. I'm begging you, please. And also, don't lie to your therapist. We lied to our therapist for years, and we got in a lot of deep shit for that. We had to be hospitalized so many times because of that. That's a story for another day, but basically, We lived in psychosis for 5 years and told no one about it until we snapped. One day I'm gonna drop the lore on y'all, and y'all are not gonna be ready for it. So another response to therapy could be just disassociating and forgetting the whole fucking thing. Which we do all the time. It's so annoying because we'll be, we're like, oh yeah, I understand this coping strategy. And then it's just like, gone. No understanding. Nothing. Just eyes going in 2 different directions. Just gone. And then we'll, be like, oh yeah, bye. And then we're like, what the fuck just happened? It's awful because I want to go to therapy. I want to heal. But then my silly little brain is like, no, actually, I hate therapy. We are never going again. And fuck it. Why not just get rid of this entire session? My kitty. And the final type I can really think of is like alters who have complete mental breakdowns right after we exit the session, because we do telehealth sections. So story time on how I nearly trigger warning for overdosing and shit like that. So we have an alter who will not be named because he is still very active in the system. He knows who he is. He was talking with our therapist, and something triggered him. We weren't suicidal before this. He had, like, a snap, and he exited the session. Was like, fuck it, let's die. We had a really bad addiction to sedatives at that time, so he starts crying, writes fucking suicide notes, and then takes, he takes, like, 25 sleeping pills. For no fucking reason. He just was like, well, time to die. I'm clearly not fixable. Like, motherfucker. Anyway, we nearly died. They had us put on an EKG regimen. And my heart wasn't beating correctly for a long time. So, also we were in state custody for it because I refused treatment, apparently. I was really in and out of it. But then I got hospitalized for 14 fucking days. Against my will. As soon as we got home, we threw out all our pills and all our and stuff like that. Cause like, what the fuck? It was the worst hospital we had ever been to. On top of being there against our will. On top of it being the second time in 3 months. On top of being in the adult ward for the first time. And the reason I think it happens is just because the therapist will say something and you go into fight, flight, fawn mode. We choose fawn every time because, like, we can't handle confrontation. So we just, like, yeah, that's fine. And then the session ends and we're like, holy shit, I'm gonna... But, yeah, basically, go to fucking therapy and stop lying to your therapist. I know it's really easy to just lie to your therapist and say it's okay because you don't want to do the work. And you just might think you're not strong enough to do the work, but trust me, you are. It doesn't have to all be done immediately also. Like, it takes time, and it's okay that it takes time. Fuck, I've been in intensive therapy for almost 6 years, and I'm still nowhere near done. It takes time, it takes energy, and sometimes you just can't put everything into it, and that's okay. As long as you keep going, keep trying, communicate your needs. Why is my camera tilted? As long as you keep trying, keep communicating your needs, just keep going forward. I am proud of you, and everyone around you should be too. And if they aren't, then they're shitty, and I'm sorry, because you deserve all the love in the world for putting yourself through therapy when you know damn well it's extremely hard, tiring, and I know a lot of you are still in abusive households. So, like, I can't imagine what you guys are going through. And I feel for you so much. You deserve the world, trust me. But, yeah, that's about all I have for you today. I think this video is going to be on the shorter end of the spectrum, so I'm sorry that the last 2 videos have been kind of short. I've just been very tired. Like, I started new medication, and it's like, oh, Once again, this is Will. We are the Squishy System, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.